Hey folks, we are Lacklustre. Welcome to the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock. Episode number 74, gentlemen.
Oh, boy.
The record button has been pushed, and we are moving towards that magic number of 100 eventually.
Hey,
Good job on that hitting the record button.
Yes.
Yeah, but
That Charter Oak education has paid off.
Yeah, that typing class helped too, honey, because he had to push record.
Finally got it down. It's amazing when you do 3/4 of a show before you realize that the record button has not been pressed.
Yeah.
That's why one of our hosts had to go to the bathroom.
It's a little rough.
Not saying which one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in lieu of our 40-year class reunion, what we're doing this episode is we're each going to pick a song that we are fond of from the years 1980 to 1983. That suggestion comes from Marianne.
Marianne V.
She's the one in charge of the class reunion gala. Yeah. So with that being said, Jim, let's move to 1980 and tell me the song that you picked.
1980. Van Halen was right at the top of my list in 1980.
Yeah.
In a Simple Rhyme, my favorite song off of Women and Children First.
Love that album.
Their
that song.
third record.
Yes.
You couldn't go wrong with any song off that album.
True.
No.
For me, it was a special year because it was the first year that I saw Judas Priest live. And I picked from the British Steel album, Breaking the Law.
Oh.
And great album also.
Yes, it is.
And a great concert.
Yes,
it
was. Jerry, what song did you pick from 1980?
Pete Townsend solo album, Let My Love Open the Door.
All right.
Great tune.
I like me some Pete Townsend. I like me his solo stuff. And when we went to 80, I thought that's right. I like that tune. So yeah,
cool.
Pete Townsend, Let My Love Open the Door. Yep.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
And then on to 1981, Jim.
Our graduating year. Thin Lizzy song. Not something that charted really high, but got some airplay nonetheless. Song called Hollywood, Down on Your Luck, off of their Renegade album.
And that's one of those songs, unless I go back and listen to the album, I probably wouldn't recognize it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you got to get this set up. Yep.
Good, great band. And it was a good album, so I know.
Yes.
But it's been a long time since I've listened to that.
Yeah.
For me, I went with a popular band at the time, The Cars, and Shake It Up.
That was huge. That was huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jerry, what about 1981 for you?
I picked the theme of our senior prom, folks out in Conspiracy Land. So it was the Best of Times by Styx. And that was our big theme of the prom. And I almost want to say there was a Styx cover band, or there was just a band there that covered that.
Probably.
Yeah, Jim, boy. Yeah, the old time machine is burning up. But yeah, the Best of Times by Styx, folks. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I do not remember that prom.
Don't
know. Oh, well. 1982? What is it?
1982. I was going to say, you don't remember last week, so.
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm
I don't
surprised
either.
you don't remember the prom.
We're all there, folks, except Jim the bike rider. He still has a fresher mind. Frank and I can talk for a half hour and can't remember what we said.
No.
Sorry to interrupt.
Town Called Malice, The Jam.
The Jam.
Oh, that's a good tune.
Good.
Of course, great bass line by Bruce Foxton. So, I mean, obviously,
yeah.
When you're a bass player, you hear that kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, me sticking with the MTV theme, I went with Duran Duran and "Hungry Like a Wolf" because that
I
song
can't
was
believe you're
always on.
picking a Duran Duran song.
I know.
Great live band too.
Are they?
Yeah,
Really?
absolutely. I've
Jaime?
seen them a couple. Yeah, I've seen them a couple times.
Really?
Always
Oh.
really good.
That means a lot. That means a lot. Yeah, because
Cool.
they have songs, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of hits.
Yeah. I bought the best of or whatever, and just about the 10th or 11th song, I've heard that one too. Oh my God. How many is that? 8 or 9 or 10?
Yeah.
Oh, Duran Duran's no joke.
Good deal. What about you, Jerry? 1982.
Caught Up in You by 38 Special.
Good song.
Great
Yeah,
single.
thanks guys for the reminder. Yeah, great tune, great guitar, lyrics, just the breakdown. And speaking of which, if you get the Essential 38 Special too, you got, I forgot about that song. I forgot about that song. I forgot about that. So yeah, 82 is a 38 Special, Caught Up in You.
And I remember back at Charter Oak, there was a few people who really loved that Southern rock. I think Mark Vieira was a big Southern rock fan, and
Mark.
a few other people that we would sit down when we were out in front of the library and talk, and always throwing in Leonard Skinner and all the other
Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet,
especially Molly
with
Hatchet was
Disaster.
huge. I think they switched. Yeah, I think they switched singers while we were in high school.
Yeah,
I think they did.
Danny Joe something or other.
Danny Joe Brown.
Brown. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right, Jim. 1983. What do you got?
1983, and I don't want any grief about my pick,
It's coming.
but it.
Well, he picked Duran Duran, Jaime, so don't sweat that.
I know, but you can't really pick on that. I mean, that's
No, well, if the show is rock, yeah, well, okay. We can pick on Frank. If we want.
rock's pretty wide. Anyway, my 1983 pick is "Photograph" by Def Leppard off their.
Hey, yeah.
Say what you want about that record. That's a great.
No, that's
great
a tune. That's a rockin' tune, and that was concurring with what Frank stated. That MTV just ate that up and threw it out, and it just, if that didn't stimulate album sales for, I don't know what did. That was the very beginnings of MTV.
I just remember
Photograph.
being at school with Jim talking about their first album and how these guys were 16, 17 years old or whatever.
Yeah, on through the night. Yeah.
Just blown away. And I thought, what a great rock band. All these guys they're going to carry the flag. And then a couple albums later, that Sludge comes out. And I'm like,
Sludge.
They have turned a corner. They became a girl band.
I would say at least half of Pyromania is a good album.
You guys.
Photograph, Stage Fright, maybe a fourth of it.
Yeah.
All right. For me, for 1983, again, MTV had a lot to do with this.
It did, guys. On hindsight.
Yep.
Oh.
Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
Yeah.
Great live act too. Him and Steve Stevens.
Still great live.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I love me some Billy Idol. Yeah, that guy's no.
And Jerry, what about you for 1983?
Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant.
You're going down too.
Couldn't get away from that song either.
No. That was everywhere.
Oh, to this day, if I hear that, I get goosebumpy a little. Yeah.
That again, that was on the radio every time you turned it on.
Yep.
And if it wasn't on, it was going to be on.
Yep.
And on the aforementioned MTV, probably every.
Oh, I
40
mean,
minutes or so.
they overdid that. Oh yeah.
It's funny when you think about MTV and you look.
Yeah, we
back,
cut our teeth. Yeah.
They played the rotation was very small. They played the same videos over and over and over. And for the bands that they did play, more power to them. We learned about the Go-Go's a lot faster than we would have.
Yes.
So many.
We knew about the Go-Go's.
Well, I mean,
but they exploded on MTV.
They're already playing their LA band.
Yeah. But they became huge with MTV as a lot of other bands did. That's just
Funnily Funnily? That's not a word.
Frontally. What? I mean,
That's a charter.
I'm gonna name my own
He's-
word. It's a charter
he's-
word. I
he's
remember our senior year and talking to Robert Hill.
he's still thin, Frank. He can pull that off.
Talking about the Go-Go's, and I didn't really know too much about them other than I knew they were this kind of all girl group.
Mhm.
And I remember asking Robert, like, "Hey, so you seen the Go-Go's? What do you think of them?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're all right."
Yeah.
Really?
I said, yeah, I mean, but they were a punk band at that point.
Right.
They weren't.
They were loud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Very
weren't
cool.
they weren't the pop powerhouse that they became.
Oh no, they
All right. Let's move on to some new music. Jerry, what do you have for us this week?
Thank you, Frank and Jim. I have the Lacklustre band out of Alexandria, Virginia. And it's spelled Lacklustre, Lustre, like the Brits spell it. So Lacklustre band. The song Frank's going to spin is Trespasser off their album Less Than You Deserve, which was released like 3 weeks ago, literally. We've got Tim Barnett on vocals and bass, James Barnes, drums, backing vocals, Gary Cantrell, vocals, guitar, Sam Jones, guitar, recorded, mixed, and mastered at Mixtape Studios by Jarrett Nicolay. And it's written by Sam, the tune Frank's going to spin, Trespasser, written by Sam, sung by Gary. Contributing musician is Jarrett Nicolay, who did all the production and mix, etc., on keyboards. And their little short bio brings a sound that blends their influences of Americana, punk, garage rock, and classic country. A mashup best described as, well, rock and roll. That's what I like about that. Email info, lacklustreband.com. They're on the web, lacklustreband.com. On all the social media, Lacklustre Band. And their products, it says good times, rock and roll, and passable entertainment. And they have a show October 8th, which is in a couple weeks, at the Pocket in DC. And it's Lacklustre Band. And the song is Trespasser.
Hey, you up there, it's been a while.
All right, there is Lacklustre with Trespasser.
Yes.
Man, Jim, what are your thoughts on that?
I really liked this. I love the tone of the bass. There's something so familiar about it.
Yeah.
Like you've heard it before, but you haven't heard it before. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's got like a certain vibe. We were kind of discussing a little bit what this kind
Under
of
the
sound like,
Milky Way tonight.
and like with some like Doors keyboards in there and some
Doorsy keyboards, yeah.
some other things, a little Iggy Pop-ish, a little just
Yeah.
It's all over the place. It is
great song.
lots
Good
of
stuff.
layers of different things going on. Didn't expect that fuzzy lead guitar
That's what got me.
because the opening bass line is so smooth and just driving you into the
Sam
song.
Jones on guitar, who wrote it. Yep.
And,
Wow.
but the vocalist is very familiar. He's got a great tone. Great song. I really like that.
Gary Cantrell. Yeah. Vocals, guitar.
Yeah, very
Gary Cantrell.
very nicely
Yeah.
produced. Very
Thanks,
nicely
Lackluster.
engineered,
Thank you, Lackluster. Awesome.
and, good composition.
Yes.
Yeah.
I purchased their album today, and I only listened to this song, so I can't wait to dig in and listen to
Oh,
the other songs.
Isn't that a treat,
Rest.
Frank? Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's 5 songs on their EP. So check them out. They are on Bandcamp.
Lackluster.
It's Lackluster. All right. Well, moving forward, I have what normally is something that Jerry would present. I've got a one-man band, and his name is David Cho. He's out of New York. And the information I got on Dave was he's an amateur guitarist who's just giving it a go at music. And he did everything himself. He has an album out on Bandcamp, and like always, we'll put his link in our page there. But the album's called Failure is an Illusion. And the song I'm going to play for you is called My Anxiety. It's got a 7-song album, came out September 3rd, 2021. He did everything on the album. He did have some help from a guy named Phil Z. He says thanks him for help with the vocals. I don't know if Phil did some processing for him or if he did some mixing. I'll have to get a hold of David and find out. But the song, again, is called My Anxiety, and it goes like this.
Falling into deep abyss of time, running faster, slower. Am I still among the waking, dreaming of a void eclipsing every single night? I wanna fly, meditating endlessly on passages perceived, in cravings on a tablet marking every other dream, breathing into ether, taking opportunities to experience a life that's truly worth living. My anxiety will escape me on a night when I'm done waiting. If the future opens up, I'll see it all. My anxiety will escape me, and the future is worth seeing. If I can just take hold of it, never let it go. I wanna fly, you know. Throwing off the trappings of this existential dread, embellishing the factors keeping me inside my head. You've seen the one, you've seen it all. My anxiety is keeping me trapped inside these walls. Every moment, every second that I waste keeps me wondering and fearing for a future time or place. If these demons keep me dreaming and I'm never too awake, why do I feel ashamed to be whatever I am now? Hoping that I'm better in a future that somehow alone somehow. Call me to its warmth and make me something that I'm not. My anxiety will escape me on a night when I'm done waiting. If the future opens up, I'll see it all. My anxiety will escape me, and the future is worth seeing. If I can just take hold of it, never let it go. I wanna fly, you know. My anxiety will escape me, and I feel like I've been changing. I'm looking metamorphosis to make me what I need to be, and the freedom that I feel is worth everything,
All right. There is David Cho with My Anxiety. Jerry, your thoughts?
Good stuff, David Cho. Good stuff. I like that.
All right.
Very, very. I like that. That's good stuff. Good vocals. Good. Yeah, I like it.
Jim?
I thought the song was pretty good. I thought it was well executed as far as the writing goes. I think it was nicely laid out. Like the lead and the outro, I thought that was great.
Yep.
Engineered pretty well. I think it has a very contemporary sound. It's not a sound that necessarily appeals to me, but you know, it's
So you're not contemporary, Jim? Come on.
not very. Oh man,
You're the hippest of us three.
Yeah, you are.
yeah, but you know, a lot of what I listen to that's contemporary sounds like a lot of the things that have been around a long time. So,
Yeah.
but you know, I think that appeals to a lot of kids. You know, a lot of people. If you're a more contemporary person, that sound probably appeals to you.
I think so. I think it's amusing to me. He calls himself an amateur guitar player, but he's head and
That's
shoulders
pretty heavy, David. Yeah.
better than a lot of people I've heard.
That's good, David Cho. That's good stuff. Yeah.
Nice structure on that song, and the production was really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I told you, I'm not a big fan of auto tune, but it fit for that song, you know. And again, just like Lacklustre, I purchased his album today, $7 for 7 songs. So you can't wrong,
beat
people.
that. No.
So, I think it's absolutely the kind of thing you could turn on the radio and hear.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, good point. Yep.
So that's
So
David Cho.
good job, Mr. Cho.
Yep, we
Thank you,
appreciate
David
it.
Cho. Yep.
All right, move forward. We have Jim with his pick of the night.
Yeah, this is my third time around featuring the Cheap Cassettes.
So
Go ahead.
you either like them a lot, or you're just getting lazy on me. Which is it?
Time is not. Allow me to interject, Jim, because I know
Interject.
my Frank and Jim. Jim is not lazy, Frank. Jim is not lazy.
All right.
That's how he crashed his 10-speed at 900 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He was out there not
I
being
don't even
lazy.
think I was going 9 miles an hour when I ate it. Which is
Well,
kind of
you know what I mean,
embarrassing.
guys.
It'd be great
time
to
is
say
not-
I was going 900 and crashed.
I'd just say you just broke the speed of sound and your tire popped. But no, our Jim out in Conspiracy Land, our Jim is not lazy. I'm sorry to interject, Jaime. You can
know
answer.
I'm
Frank.
messing with you.
So
I know it too. That's why I love you both dearly. Jim,
I do love this
is
band.
the least laziest one. Yeah.
I do love this band. This song is actually a little different than the other stuff we featured.
Mhm.
But another thing you'll notice about this song, not a female singer, over the 3-minute mark.
You did both on one.
Yeah.
I just want to show you guys that I have a little range.
I have a feeling.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, it's 3 minutes and 2 seconds. That's our Jaime's
feeling
range.
It's
This
a full
is-
4 minutes.
this is a response to Jeff and Soraya because they've mentioned Jim twice in the last 2 weeks on their podcast about songs being 2 minutes and change.
I think those Nuggets albums prove my point.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, at that time during the 60s, they would purposely like, we can't have this go longer than 3 minutes.
I remember
I've got a 2-minute edit of Do You Believe in Magic? I don't know if that's the whole thing of the song. I mean, but that's a brilliant song in 2 minutes.
Oh, not to take away from the Cheap Cassettes, but I just want to say, I remember reading an article in Circus or Cream, one of those, about Pete Townsend, who said, why are we constricting ourselves to just 2 and 3 minute songs? We have the whole side of the record. And he was one of the first in the rock genre with his rock operas to do these long ass songs.
Mm-hmm.
But it fit.
Well, good on you, Pete.
Yeah.
Right.
But when, I don't know, I kind of lost interest in, like, say, Iron Maiden when they started doing 13, 14-minute songs.
Yeah. And there was nothing really all that exciting in there.
Yeah, what was the story?
Yeah. So we will wait for Jim to come back. There he is. He's back.
Just waiting it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't freeze that time. He went motionless.
That's funny.
He didn't freeze.
Just like, anyway, can I get back to my band?
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys
So
are
this week I've got Cheap Cassettes,
Like
a band that I really love.
I love this shit.
And out of Seattle, Mr. Charles Matthews on guitar and Vox. Mike Isberg on bass, Kevin Parkhurst on drums. No change to the lineup. This is sort of a teaser single. They've got a new album coming out in December. I'll pull a song off that and I'll feature that too.
I bet you will.
Go, I mean,
I know. See, this is what happens when you're on medication.
You or us.
And Endless Summer Ends is the name of the song. Like I said, a little different from what we featured before. New album is called Ever Since, Ever Since. It'll be out December on Rumbar Records. You can get it at rumbarrecords.com or find them on Bandcamp, either through Rumbar or through Cheap Cassettes.
Okay.
The Cheap Cassettes.
You ready?
Yes, please drop the needle in the groove.
If the endless sun no longer shines, if the endless stage just turns to night, baby's ice cream melted in the trash, summer breeze blowing tumbleweeds of catch. Well, alright, whoa, yeah, when the endless summer ends again. Alright, whoa, yeah, when the endless summer, when the endless summer ends, when the endless summer, when the endless summer ends. The Ferris wheel is broken down. The circus came and never left this town. No love, still kisses in the bed. No trains to crash on rusted trails. Well, alright, whoa, yeah, when the endless summer ends again. Alright, whoa, yeah, when the endless summer, when the endless summer ends, when the
right, there's the Cheap Cassettes with the Endless Summer Ends. Now,
I swear Jaime pulled a joke on us, Frank. That's what I'm thinking.
that's a good song.
He's effing with us, that Jaime.
It was a little longer than it needed to be.
A little?
I don't know.
We're in the twilight zone right now, folks.
I don't know. I thought it was just right. I don't think it would go any longer, but I think on the nut.
Good
shit.
production.
Oh,
Yeah, great production. And Jerry mentioned the bass part.
love that.
When you have a slower song like that, bass players tend to overplay.
Yeah.
But he doesn't overplay. What he plays is
No, it's in the
perfect
back.
for the song.
Yeah. Yep.
And that solo, not super notey,
Twangy.
twangy,
Well, the twang
noticed-
came in. Yeah.
almost like a little surf tone in there, I
A
think.
little bit. Yeah.
Little Stonesy vibe too.
Very much. The chord structure was very, very British. This is a new single off of an upcoming album.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, on you can find them on Bandcamp.
Coming out in December. Yeah. Jim said.
Yes.
Rumbar Records are relentless with their emails.
Yes, they are.
Every day.
Getting
all day
something
long.
from them, right?
Yes.
Good for them.
I get double because I get the email,
Right. And then you get the
comes
band.
with the
notice.
show, and then I get from Bandcamp too. Oh,
Yeah.
Rumbar, and it's the exact same.
Yeah.
It's the exact same press release,
I
right?
like it. I like it.
Yeah. That's the Cheap Cassettes. Okay. Well, there was
Yeah.
three good bands this week. I think we had the Shop Talk was definitely rock, and we had rock
Yeah.
bands. I think we didn't disappoint. Not
I
that we
hope
do
not, folks.
ever, but
No.
Jerry was questioning your Duran Duran pick, but
well,
Well, it's
I still rock and roll. I don't know.
Jaime, I agree. I'm not questioning Duran Duran.
he's
Yeah,
questioning me.
I'm
picking
questioning
Duran.
Frank picking it. I have my best of Duran Duran, Jaime, and I
He
will
picked
jam
it.
to that. But
Were they
yeah,
considered new wave back then? Was that part of that?
They were
genre?
part of the sort of new romantic movement, sort of an offshoot.
That's
Yeah.
I think they were
It was more
past-
about the clothes they wore.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
past new wave, but before that's no, it was, to me, it was Frank picking it. It's
And kind of dancey, right?
Dancy, yeah. Now I
Yeah.
will say back.
and heartthrobby, little David Cassidy, little Sean Cassidy, for that matter.
Back when the Grove first opened up in Anaheim, I went and saw Culture Club when they were past their prime.
I love Culture Club, guys.
But
I love
yeah,
Culture Club.
That
Dude
you were
can
talking,
sing like an angel.
you're talking about bands and albums where, I know that song. I know that song. I know
Yeah,
that was Culture Club. I sat there. I went there with like, what am I doing at Culture Club? Why am I
Right.
doing this?
Right, but every song they play is a hit.
and
Every
knew every
song.
tune. Yeah,
Yeah. And like Jerry said, Boy George can sing.
that dude,
Yeah.
Smoky
Did
Velvet.
did you get sober Boy George or did you get whacked out Boy George?
Well,
Well, what year was it?
the night
Go
we
by
were
that.
there? That
What year was
was
it?
probably 2000.
Oh, so probably sober Boy George.
Yeah.
Sober
Cleaned
George.
up.
Yeah.
And put on a great show.
Yeah.
But I put that in the same genre as Duran Duran. It may
Talk about
not be-
MTV exposure. Yeah, good point,
Yeah.
Frank. Yeah. Oh boy, Culture Club was all over MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I remember watching that "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me" video,
mhm.
and I'm sitting there in the living room watching it, and my sister comes in and goes, "That's a dude, you know."
Took that away from you real quick.
Frank. I was already in the Air Force. I was already stationed. I was in Mississippi or somewhere in a dive bar, which I love dive bars, folks. Don't let me diverge. I love a dive bar. But that's when I first saw Culture Club. And just like your sister told you, Jim, I'm into it. Like, I like this. Her voice is kind of low. Her voice. And I swear, guys, somebody in the bar you know, now we're in the South and we're in the old days. That's a boy. and so I loved it up until, you know, that chick's got a low voice. I love it. I love that. And I'm just
that chick's got a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down on the farm, but just concurring with you, Jaime. It was like, I like this. It's a good. Hey, that's and that was my indoctrination into, you know,
Culture Club.
I was like, yeah, whatever, it's all right.
yeah. No, it's just, oh yeah. And they blew up on MTV. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys, there it is, episode 74 in a nutshell. So,
hopefully.
Yeah. You have anything you want to say before we go, Jerry? And I am still recording.
Keep rocking, folks, on Conspiracy Land. There's new music out there, Spotify, Bandcamp, Facebook. It's all over YouTube. Our bands, everything's out there. Our show's out there. So yeah, folks, and Conspiracy Land, keep rocking. And we love you very much. And we're coming up on 3 years doing this show, this podcast. And we appreciate all the support. And I love my two co-hosts. We've been doing this since high school. So yeah, thank you, everybody. Keep rocking. Yeah.
All right. Jim, before you take us home, you have anything you want to
add? Yeah, if you made it this far, just take a second and smash that like button.
That would be nice.
It helps the what do they call it?
Subscribe.
Helps the algorithm.
It helps the Nielsen rating.
Learn that word this week.
If they still have that.
Helps the YouTube algorithm.
So
while you're at it, smash the like button. Just subscribe while you're there.
There you go.
Ring that notification bell.
Yep.
That way, every time we release a video, you know.
Yep. All right. Well, I really don't have anything. I am just worn out from this week's episode. So
yeah, a lot piled on.
Rightly so.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot piled on, and yeah, so
it's all good.
You know, yeah.
So Jim, why don't you take us on home?
Shop is closed.
I can't believe knowing that, friend. There we go.
Okay.
I'll stand up while the song's going. Okay, hang on. Jaime, you usually catch him, Jim. You usually say, Frank, are you recording?
Had it
it's
not,
my fault too, because you usually hear recording.
Had it not been for Jerry, and I know that he does a very thorough intro on the bands, I wouldn't have started looking around the computer, and I noticed, I never hit the record button. And I thought, well, how long should I let this go before it just blows up?
Not long.
Not long.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Guys, I got a doodle. I'm not kidding.
All right.
Hang on.
We'll be here. You wait till I record.
Hang on, guys. Hang on.
Well, I said just go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
This is going in the reel.
Yeah. More than likely. Ugh.